service off by standing and joining in an opening song.
Good morning. All right. This one's real easy. I choose love, then we're going to choose joy and choose peace. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. Join in when you catch it. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. Just like that again. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. Oh, na 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 na. I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy. Again, I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy. Oh, na 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 na. I choose peace. 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 Oh, na 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 na. One more time. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. Oh.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, and good morning again, and welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. Whether you are part of our online community or are here in our center, please allow me to simply tell you, welcome home. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And it is my honor as your host this morning to remind us of who we are and what we believe. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. And we do this by aspiring to live authentic spiritual lives through the practical applications of the teachings of science of mind. And what we believe can be pretty expansive, and so we've boiled it down to these 4 main points. First and foremost is that all thought is creative and influential. If you are thinking it, if your subconscious mind is thinking it, you're already starting the creative process. Number 2, all there is God. God is the only force and presence in the universe. And you say, Karen, well, what about things that don't look like God or are a little devilish or evil? We believe that that starts and stops in our mind. That God is all there is. And that leads us in to number 3, that everything that we see and experience is either a call for love or an experience of it. So if we're having something that is feeling a little frustrating, lean back into this and remember this too is a call for love. How can I be loved here? And fourth and final thing is that there is that divine spark within each and every one of us, no matter what. And we are all whole, perfect, and complete right here, right now. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, just divine beauty in action. Yes? Yeah, doesn't that feel good? And so now that I've told you a little bit about us, I want to see if we have any guests. If there's anyone here for the first or second time and you feel comfortable, would you just raise your hand so that we can welcome and celebrate you? Yeah, all right. Lots of new guests today. Oh, I just love that. I love seeing all of you here, and thank you for joining us. If you would like to know more about our community, you can sign up over here for our newsletter. And those of you joining online, you can go ahead and go to our website after service and sign up there as well. And at this time, I want to invite Ileana up for our candle lighting. We light this inclusion candle to celebrate the unity of all people, all faiths, all beings, and all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as creation seen and unseen. This candle reminds us of the light of spirit within each one of us. Thank you so much. And I also want to remind you that we are a praying community. If there is something that is weighing on your heart or on your mind, please be sure and pray with us after service. Rev Lonnie will be available for prayer, or if you prefer, there are these lavender prayer requests in the back of the seat pockets, and you can fill those out and put them in the prayer box that is just to the left of the door. Or for those of you in our online community, you can go ahead and hit the button for prayer there, and then we can have a practitioner reach out to you. All right, and now I want to invite Stephen up for our announcements.
Stephen and a creature. All right. My name is Stephen. This is Thing. And join us after service today for the workshop, Harnessing Your Creativity for Healing and Joy, facilitated by our guest musician, Astra Fox, who would like to say a few words. Yeah, perfect.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, great. So I'm Astra Fox, visiting from Sonoma County. And in addition to being a positive new thought singer-songwriter, I'm also a spiritual life coach. So the workshop that I'm offering to this afternoon, or right after the service, is really about infusing creativity, our natural ability to tap into the creative intelligence of the universe, and use that to transmute situations in our life that might not be what we want to see, those calls for love that we experience. And so we're going to be using a combination of affirmative music, creativity, movement, and I'm going to take you through a process I developed to help transform those things that we wish were different so we can be solution focused. So I hope you'll join me afterwards. It's $25 love donation asking, so no one will be turned away for lack of funds. So please join us after the service.
Okay, and then tomorrow, come back for the Sacred Dance Circle at, from 10:30 to noon here in the building. Please arrive at 10:15 a.m. RSVPs are appreciated. There is a flyer in the foyer for more information. Don't miss Drop-In Yoga with Sarah, Thursdays from noon to 1 p.m. Please bring your own yoga mat. And there's a $10 suggested love donation. And then on March 1st, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to noon, we have a Science of Mind 101 workshop with Rev Mitch. This 2-hour class is geared towards those who are new to Science of Mind, and it'll introduce you to the laws of the universe, the power of your thoughts, spiritual principles that empower you to create a life of abundance, joy, and purpose. And a love offering is suggested. But again, no one is turned away. And the day after, that following Sunday, March 2nd, we will have our community update and potluck since it's the first Sunday of the month. It says, we've got big plans. Come and share your thoughts with us. And please bring a dish to share. And then we have our Sacred Service Seva meeting on Sunday, March 9th after service. Lunch will be provided. And this is a great opportunity to learn what volunteer roles are available. There's just so much out there that we can do. You know, so many little niches that we don't really realize are here. Tech roles, reading announcements, serving on the board of trustees. It's letting people know, how can I be of service? What roles are out there? What might I be passionate about and want to dive into? And yeah. And so the next offering is Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life with Rev Mitch and Rev Lanny. This is beginning on March 20th. It'll be from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Let's see, is there a day of week that is? It'll be on Thursday. So that'll fall on Thursdays for 6 weeks, and that'll help you apply science of mind principles to transform your relationships, health, wealth, and personal well-being. There's a $175 cost, and payment plans are available. And now, very exciting, please help us welcome our tithe recipient for today, Shauna Torgrimson Duncan from Helping Hands Nurturing Center.
Hard last name, you did great. Thank you.
I have an interesting last name as well.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hello, can you hear me good? Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say my name is Shauna, and I am the founder of Helping Hands Nurturing Center. I was born and raised in this community, and I grew up with my father and my younger sister, and it's part of who I am, and it's an honor to give back to this community. I've been a Nurturing Families trainer for over 11 years. I trained under Dr. Bavelock and Sonia Thorne. My professional journey began about 14 years. I had about 14 years in family law, and then dependency law, and then I moved on to child protective services. In 2014, I started Helping Hands Nurturing Center, founded from the ground up. Over a decade ago, my team and I have been working with thousands of families in the community, and we serve a wide range of parents and children. A large part of my success in my business is definitely the hand-picked team that I have. Everyone is so passionate about the work that we do. We teach a program that's called the Nurturing Families program, and this program is really about breaking those negative generational cycles and creating long-lasting nurturing families. We really believe that if the world had more empathy, that we would be a nurturing place. So we're very founded in that as an agency. I have two parts to my business. I have a nonprofit, and then I also have a for-profit. We always welcome community help. We've got lots of different things that we do in the community throughout the year. Christmas is a very special time. We serve a couple hundred children and provide Christmas for their families. I have special shoppers that help. We have specialized lists from every single child. We have Santa that comes. We give pajamas to those children that come in. Most of the families that we do serve are at-risk kids. Some of the services that we offer in my agency, we do an individualized parenting program that focuses on fixing the problems, reunification. We do a supervised coaching visitation, which is a brand new thing. I've been piloting for about 10 years now, just getting ready to write a training manual for that, so that's very exciting. I do co-parenting services, a father's program, a parent-child interactive educational group, mediation, and a 52-week child abuse prevention program. Currently, I contract with multiple agencies throughout the community, Child Health and Human Agency, as well as CPS, superintendents of schools for the aged-out foster youth. I could probably go on and on. I'm skipping over what I had wrote, and he told me 2 minutes, so I'm going to wrap that up. I just really wanted to say thank you for having me, and I put a few flyers over there for people, because there is, when people say, what do you guys do? There's so much that we do. And I welcome anybody that wants to contact me, come over, have a tour, or just a conversation about some of the services that we offer. We're really good at fixing things. That's what we specialize in. So, thank you.
Thank you. And here's your check. Thank you so much for all that you do. Appreciate you. Give it up for Shauna again. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I love how Spirit works. Hello, I'm Reverend Lanny Howard, and it's good to be here with you. And I'm always appreciating how Spirit works because I had a whole other reading to do, and then I do the daily reading from the Science of Mind magazine, which I've been doing since 1995. And believe me, so many times it's just what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. So this is the reading for today, which was not what I was going to read, but now it's it. Now it is, because Spirit said, okay, here it is. All right, the past is gone, and the future isn't here yet. All we really have is now. When we think of the past or the future, we think it in this moment, right now. This precious moment is all we truly own. The question is, what do we choose to do with it? Do we choose to squander it on thoughts of past hurts and resentments? Or do we choose to invest this moment in thinking about the things that bring harmony to our world? Now is the time to show up as the presence of love. Now is the time to show up as peace. Now is the time to be still and know that we are the ones the world has been waiting for. The truth is, you are the one you've been waiting for. What we do in this moment is important to our lives. The thoughts we keep in this moment are important to our freedom or to our bondage. What are you going to do in this moment right now? Who do you choose to be? What gifts and talents will you share with the world? Only you can answer these questions. I ask only that you think about them now, because now is the time, and you are so needed. So that is our reading for today. And now we're going to have a little switch. We're going to do some music, and then we will do I will ring a bell. We will do an Om after each bell, and then we will go into a short meditation, and then I will bring us out with a prayer.
You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, take a breath. Revolving tide, creating life. You are the one, I am the one. Evolving mind, healing life. prayer. Take a breath and find it there.
Thank you. So we are going to begin by saying Om. And in case you don't know what Om means, just think of it as you're resonating with the sound of creation. It's the sound that was made when the Big Bang happened, and we're experiencing the reverberations of that. one power, one presence, one life force, one infinite love, the substance of grace and peace and harmony and wholeness, present everywhere, in, through, and as all. And so I accept and know that each and every one of us is an incarnation of that essence, of that which we call divine, of that which is the creative force of the universe, in, through, and as all. And since I know it's right here, right now, I accept and know for each one of us a greater opening to that awareness of that presence, of the guidance that is ever available through that which we call intuition. That still small voice that guides and directs us to those paths that are life-giving. And so I am grateful to know that good is unfolding in this moment by means of us, that we are indeed the ones we've been waiting for, the ones who can make a difference by being just who we are, by emanating and distributing and calling forth the love that is ever present everywhere. And knowing that we are one, and being open to the grace of good, the beauty of life, the joy and the harmony and the grace and goodness everywhere present. And as we look for the good, we can find it. And as we continue to look for it and find it, it expands in our experience. It expands in the community, it expands in the world. And I am grateful to know this. As I release my word into the law of life itself, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this energy of love, of oneness, of wholeness, and makes it so. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is.
Star seeds rise, your heart's drum is calling you home to stand and be the light shining through the shadows of darkness to heal the wounds of life. We shine, we are one truth, love divine. We are wisdom realized. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one breath burning bright. We are sacred soul inside. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. As one. Transcendent truth, your heart's constellation, a symphony of light. Ignite, ascending through the veils of illusion. Behold these wings and fly on high. We are one truth, love divine.
me give it up again for Astra Fox. Beautiful. Star Seeds Rise. What a beautiful full room today. Turn to somebody and say, glad you're here. Oh, now we just all went and got crazy. People are going to the bathroom. So glad to see everybody in the room today. Come on back. Come on back. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Rev Mitch. I always forget to introduce myself. Thank you. Love period, yes? That's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm super excited for Astra's workshop. Harnessing creativity for healing and joy. Who wants more healing and joy? Yes? Yeah. Come. It's an hour. We'll be here for an hour, and then you can go have lunch. Also, March 1st, if you're planning to come to the workshop, Science of Mind 101, we're going to have 2 hours together. It's going to be fun. We're going to get a lot of good material, but I need to know if you're coming because I have to make copies. So please, if you can, if you think you might make it, just put your name down so I make sure I have enough copies for everyone. And of course, do not miss our potluck on this coming Sunday. We've had the board retreat. We've really got some momentum around our goals and objectives. So if you think this has been great so far, just hang on. We're going like, but we need your help and we need your input. So please join us next Sunday if you can. So a Sunday school teacher asked the children as they were on their way to church, why is it necessary to be quiet in church? One bright little girl replied, because people are sleeping. Nobody's sleeping here. Nobody's sleeping here. I thought it was great. Oh my goodness. Epictetus, I can't say his name, a Greek guy, said, we are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens, right? That's really our locus of control. And if you're new here or if you've been here for a while, you know we really focus on our inner power and the use of the mind. So today we're going to talk about challenging our thoughts and gaining understanding, because when we gain that higher view, when we gain a better perspective, we can bring love to things in ways we can't when we're caught up in the windshield of our own perception, right? Our hurts, our stories, our judgments. That's why we're calling today's talk Loving What Is. And do we need to love what is now more than ever? We do. We do. And we need to bring love to it. And the vital link to loving what is what approach do we bring to our understanding, right? To love what is, we need to step out of just our perception, our reaction, our judgments, and get greater understanding or get greater perspective on things. You know, Ernest Holmes is the founder of Science of Mind, and he studied all the major world religions and said, oh, they're all kind of saying the same thing. And so we quote him a lot here. And he says, a consciousness of love is the greatest protection against all harm. I'm going to say that again. A consciousness of love is the greatest protection against all harm. It neutralizes fear, dissolves hate, and establishes peace. Don't we need that now? We need to dissolve the hate and the fear and establish peace. So loving what is, it's not about resignation or passive acceptance. That isn't what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is moving beyond our perception, beyond our own expectations, into perspective. Another way to say this is to move beyond our personal understanding or perception and into an impersonal understanding or perspective, right? Subjective, objective. Because when we get into that impersonal understanding, we get beyond our own fears, our own traumas, our own judgments, our own expectations. You ever have expectation to somebody and they just didn't have the capacity to provide it? Right? Who was causing that pain, them or you? Right. So we understand this concept. So getting beyond our personal narratives and to the truth of the situation rather than our perception about it. So that's the goal. I remember once, early in my career, I was a recreation coordinator, and I scheduled all of the adult classes, including ballroom dance. And a couple showed up, and they were mad. They wanted to talk to the boss, and it wasn't me. So I had to direct them to my boss, and they were upset because they showed up for class the night before, and there was no instructor. And they were just letting her have it, and how could you guys do this? And we spent our time. So then she calls me in, vibrating with all of their anger, blows my hair back, see, I don't have any left, and says, how could you do this? How could you have these people come? Why didn't you get the right date on the, right? Just totally. I said, I don't know, let me check it out. Well, I went and looked at the recreation guide. The start date for the class was next week. They showed up early. But what was she caught in? She was caught in her own perception and stories about what she thought was true. It would have been a much better experience if she sought out perspective, understanding, and said, could you check this out and let me know what happened, right? We would have had a much better relationship. So when we get perspective, we can bring love into the situations that are unlovable, because I'm sure she didn't love getting yelled at. But if she'd given me a chance and gained more understanding, she could have brought love to it and said, oh, well, it was just a simple misunderstanding, right? And now we can fix it. Now we can heal it. Now we can approach the couple and gently say, you know, we're sorry you wasted your time, and the class is next week. And when we do this, when we bring love to these cactus prickly situations or moments, we align with divine flow. Right? We align with divine flow. And when we don't, we're stuck in resistance, in fear, in withholding love. Because we're become that call for love, right? Because we're stuck in something that's in the windshield of our perception that doesn't allow to see things more clearly. Here's how the great author and teacher Wayne Dyer puts it. When we change the way we look at things, the way we look at things, exactly. That's the simple way to put it. So, you know, one area I wanted to focus on that can be challenging for most of us, because we all had parents, yes, and parent-child relationships can be complex. You know, sometimes, no matter how loving a parent may have been, you may not have gotten everything you wanted. Maybe not all the support, maybe some, you know, oops and ouch moments that were hard to deal with. And here's the thing, and if you're a parent, toughest job in the world, yes, because parents are people. They're people, and we're people-y. We make mistakes, even though we try our very hardest sometimes. But I've noticed parenting is changing. I was up at the Sierra Hot Springs yesterday. I was laying out, it was beautiful. I was laying out on the deck, and there were these two little kids playing Go Fish. And the mom comes over and she says, would you like to go up to the lodge after you're done with your game? And the kids are like, oh, okay. And I'm like laying there thinking, oh my God, my parents would have never asked me that. They would just drug me off, you know, right in the middle of the game. And I thought, isn't that interesting? I would have liked to have had that, but I didn't. So what did we do about that? What do we do about the oops and ouch relationships that we have, not only with our parents, but with each other? And withholding love is not the way to do it. We can't change what happened, but we can change our present experience of what happened. See, that's where our work is, just as Wayne said, by changing the way we look at things. The way we look at things change. So I have another lovely mom story. It's my best material. It's also free therapy, so bear with me. Bear with me. My mom and I had a really tough relationship. We were each other's people. We didn't really have extended family, and so we got through life together, and sometimes it was elegant, and many times it wasn't. So I was doing the withholding thing, you know. You got it wrong here, you got it wrong here, right? Not really paying attention to where she got it right. 1987, December, I remember I was in my dorm room and I was trying to call my mom. I had something happen with one of the professors, and she was my person. I called her almost every day. And I got the answering machine. I thought that was weird because she's usually always home. It's kind of homebody. And then I called again and I called again, no answer. Now I started getting scared. And I called her boyfriend at the time. I said, have you heard, from my mom? And he's like, no, it's kind of weird. I called too. Now I'm panicking. Dread set in. And the only thing I could think to do was to call the community hospital and ask. And she was there. She had been admitted. And they transferred me to her, and she picked up, and she said, hello. And I said, hello, Mom, why are you there? And she goes, oh, Mama Rosa, I'm so glad that you're on the phone. And I'm like, why is she calling me this? She didn't recognize me. She didn't know who I was. I remember getting off the phone, running into the room of one of my suite mates and saying, I need $20. I got to go home now. I had no gas money, college student. So they ponied up the 20, and I went from Moraga, which is the Bay Area, all the way down to Monterey like that. I probably shouldn't have even been driving. When I got there, the doctors informed me that she had had an electrolyte imbalance, and she went into a psychotic episode, or acute schizophrenia is where she was at. And they couldn't tell me if she was going to come out of it. I didn't know. And I remember after visiting her at the hospital, I went to the beach because I have this little place in Asilomar. It's my thinking and praying place. And I was just like in tears, and I was praying to God, and I was thinking, is she going to come back? Am I going to get her back? And then I started to think about all the judgments I had, all of the things that I would withhold, and then I began to see my mother differently. I didn't see her as the label mother. I saw her just as a person now, as a flesh and blood human being. She was just some person that decided to love me. Imagine you're walking down the street and you look at somebody you don't even know, and they just decided to love you, buy you clothes, feed you, care about you. And if it's you in the room that has done that for a child, thank you. Thank you. You can let go of the mom or dad guilt. No perfect people. And so they did release her. She came home, but she wasn't quite right yet. I remember I took her to the grocery store, and she said, oh, I want to buy some lottery tickets. And so the cashier pulls out a stack like this and goes, how many would you like? And she goes, how many are there? I'm like, we'll take 2. We'll take 2. That's it. And so during this time of healing and walking with her in her journey, I let go. I let go of all the many times we moved. I let go of the hard words and actions, intense moments that weren't right. I let go of the drinking, that she had drank too much. And there were some really ugly things that happened. I let go of it all. Because all I wanted was my mom back. That's it. And guess what? I got her back. And we had 20 years of healing, of sharing. And let me tell you, there was nothing too big for my mom, including the big TV I carried all the way upstairs that I bought for her. Like, I didn't care anymore. Garbage, I'll take it out. Doctor, you got to go. I'll be there. All of it gone. I look at that time period as a gift because I got a second chance. And look, you don't need a crisis to have a second chance. You can have one right now. Right now, you can look at your beloved and see how amazing they are. You can clear the windshield of your expectations and judgment right now. And lean in and bring love. And when I brought love to that relationship in a different way, she started to heal some things. She showed up better. And we had an incredible relationship we would have never had if I hadn't let that old stuff go, right? So it is about perspective. It is about getting this shift And there's different ways to do it. I have a few ways for you to do it. One tool is called the perspective shift exercise. We've got any journalers in the room? People like to write. This is a good one for you. Write down your challenging situations, one situation, just one, and then write down 3 different ways someone else might look at it. A stranger, a friend, even through the eyes of spirit, to help you shift what you think you might see or know. Second tool is the phone a friend. Remember the Lifeline show? Get your lifeline, phone a friend. Talk to a trusted friend, advisor, or one of us, the ministers and practitioners here. We're here for you. Anytime you want to pray and get some perspective, that's what we do. I remember my mom, she survived World War II. She actually lived on a concentration camp. And about every holiday season, she would tell this one story. She would tell the story that her mother, who was French, was married to a German who was part of the resistance against Hitler. And she was always so upset at her mother that her mother wouldn't divorce him so they could leave the camp. And I remember I told my mom, I said, Mom, did it ever occur to you that your mother stayed on the camp because she could get food? She had a whole racket going with the SS where she could get food and shelter and provisions. Where was she going to go in war-torn Europe with 2 kids, no husband, and nowhere to go? And she looked at me. She smoked, took a long drag off her cigarette, looked back at me, and she said, you might be right. See, she was stuck in her 7-year-old version of that. And we get stuck. So do the look back from this perspective. And then the last tool I want to suggest, and everyone should have gotten one of these. And did anyone not get one of these papers right here? If not, we can get one to you right now. So this is the work of Byron Katie. Who's heard of Byron Katie? We have a, yeah, good. Yeah. So Byron Katie wrote the book, Loving What Is. Great title, right? And we'll go around and hand a few more out. So this work right here helps us challenge our story. Because we live in stories, we move in stories, we think in stories. And to challenge our judgments. Because the truth is, we can justify just about anything, can't we? Right? Especially when we're turning feelings into reasons. I want to say that again. Especially when we're turning feelings into reasons. I feel bad today, I must eat cake. I feel bad today, I must buy those shoes. You know, foodication and retail therapy. It's a real thing. So we need to gain perspective on our uncomfortable feelings to avoid harming ourselves, because that's what we're doing. And now we can make a different decision when we go deeper. So Katie's work is based on 4 questions and a turnaround. So let's look at the worksheet together. Question number 1. In this situation, who angers, confuses, hurts, saddens, or disappoints you, and why? And the example she gives is, I am angry with Paul because he lied to me. Okay. Question number 2, in this situation, how do you want him or her or them to change? What do you want him or her or them to say or do? So the response is, I want Paul to see he is wrong. I want him to stop lying to me. I want him to apologize. Right? A little judginess going on there. Number 3, in this situation, what advice would you offer him, her, them? He, she, they shouldn't or should. So the example is, Paul shouldn't frighten me with his behavior. He should take a deep breath. Number 4 is, in order for you to be happy in the situation, what do you need him, her, them to think, say, feel, or do? The example is, I need Paul to stop talking over me. I need him to really listen to me. Then number 5 is, what do you think him, her, them, what do you think of him, her, them in this situation? Make a list. Paul is a liar, he's arrogant, he's loud, he's dishonest, he's unconscious. I'm feeling bad for Paul right now. Anybody feeling bad for Paul? I'm feeling bad for Paul. Okay, number 6. What is it about this person and situation that you don't ever want to experience again? Example, I don't ever want Paul to lie to me again. I don't ever want to be disrespected again. So this lays out the situation and how you feel. Remember, feelings aren't facts, they're feelings. So let's go to the very bottom. I apologize, it's kind of small, but I'll read it. The 4 questions. So you ask, first of all, is it true? Is it true that Paul lied to me? Because sometimes you need to investigate. Maybe he didn't. Maybe you were missing something, right? The second question is, can you be absolutely 100% sure it's true? How many times, I'm going to see show of hands, how many times have we made a judgment about a situation and we didn't check to see if it was 100, right? Our mind does that. Number 3, how do you react and what happens when you believe that thought? Again, remember, thoughts influence our experience, not the situation. And here's my favorite question. Let's all take a deep breath. Who or what would you be without that thought? Wow. That's a really powerful one for me. And then so we did the 4 questions. That's pretty healing. Now let's go to the turnaround on the right side. So instead of Paul lying to you, you take it all on and see if any of it applies to you, because life is a mirror. So the first one is, I lied to me. You might have lied to you if you didn't know it was 100% true, right? I lied to me. I lied to Paul. Paul didn't lie to me. Paul told me the truth. So you flip those examples, you flip everything on these 4, and then here's where you go. Find 3 examples of how each of the turnaround is as true or truer than your original statement. Talk about powerful medicine. So I invite you to keep this form. It's online, by the way. It's free. Byron Katie has a ton of stuff on her website. You can download it, you can use it, you can share it with a friend. I know I can read your minds right now. A few of you are wanting to slip this to somebody, aren't you? Here, just do this. Just do this. Just do this, and everything will be all right. I'm not saying loving what is easy. In fact, it might be some of the hardest work you ever do is this self-inquiry, is going within. What I am saying is that it's worth it. It's worth it. In the end, what really matters? Would it really have mattered that I withheld love and I judged my mother? No, love is what matters. Love, period. And if we're straying away, it's our work to make our way back, and you can do it. And it matters more now than ever. Yes? Blessed be. Let's go ahead and start our affirmation. Thank you so much. If you will, please rise. If you can, I will read the affirmation once, and then I will invite you to read it with me. I look beyond what my ordinary mind tells me and trust that all things are unfolding for the highest good of all. Together. I look beyond what my ordinary mind tells me and trust that all things are unfolding the highest good of all. Fabulous. And if you will now, you're welcome to sit and take your gift in your hand. And you can put it over your heart if you so choose. And we'll also have a QR code here in a second if you'd like to do it that way. And let's read our intentional giving statement together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive And so it is. And another wonderful song from Astra Fox.
I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world. I make an impact with each being I meet. Today is exactly what I need for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy. I am accepted by this divine source of love that rises through this world. I make an impact with each heartbeat. I am exactly who I need for my highest good, for my highest good. I am worthy. Won't you sing that with me? For my highest good, I am worthy. For my highest good. Sing that again. For my highest good, I am worthy. We're going to sing that again. I want you to really feel it because you're worthy. For my highest good. Good. One more time. For my highest good, I am worthy. I am connected to this divine source of love that guides me through this world.
And so it is with a grateful heart that I receive these gifts. And I receive the love and intention with which they were given to magnify and amplify the divine work that's being done here to bring more light, more peace, more understanding, more connection, and more love onto the planet. And I know as these gifts leave the center, they radiate out that same energy, that same love into spaces and places that we cannot imagine, but we know are happening. I release this word, and together we say, and so it is. So, what are you taking away from our experience together today? Shout it out. Love. This whole full house. Joy, gratitude, self-reflection, harmony, acceptance. Oh, perspective, yes. I love it when there's so many voices and I can't pick it out. It's great. It's great. Understanding, yes, yes, and yes. Blessed be. If you will please rise, we will do our benediction. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Have a seat. It's just like Catholic Church, right? You're just getting your exercise. I forgot the thank yous. It skipped a slide. So I want to thank our ushers, Pat, you're ushering. Who else helped us today? I think Sue, thank you so much. Our candlelighter, Liliana, a practitioner as well. Announcements, Stephen, Creature and Company. Thank you so much. Streaming today, Shauna and Carol. Soundboard, Maya. Thank you so much. Maya's back. And our practitioner of the day, Rev Lanny. You need a prayer today. Come see Rev Lanny. Children's Church, we have Jerry Lynn. Flynn. I also want to take a moment and thank our Board of Trustees. I have been working them hard, and if they would please stand, can we have our Board of Trustees stand, and can we please give them a big thank you, thank you, thank you. Jerry Lynn also, thank you. Appreciate all that you do. We're working everybody hard around here. And of course, last but not least, all the way from Sonoma County, everyone please stand. Let's give a big thank you to Astra. Yes! Amazing, amazing. And Astra has some swag back there. You can take Astra home. There we go, a little CD. Wonderful. Okay, so we will do our benediction now. All right. So you'll repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called understanding.
It's this thing called understanding.
It's this thing called perspective.
It's this thing called perspective.
It's this thing called love, period.
It's this thing called love, period.
I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. And we will stand for our closing song. Oh, those are...
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Have a beautiful week, everyone. We'll get ready. The workshop will be in about 10 minutes. So hang around, get some coffee, go to the restroom, and we'll get going.